Hey, Vortex fam. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I have been a little bit MIA on here, so I apologize for that. Life has just been a little wacky, honestly. It's been a lot wacky, actually. So I'm extremely grateful to sit down and be able to produce a little something today. And I want to thank you so much for being here. So much appreciated to this fam and to this wavelength. And this video is one thing that truly changed my life and up-leveled who I am and the way that I move through this experience. And I'm super excited to share this point of view, and I hope it resonates with you. Maybe you got into this. Some people it just comes naturally. But something that we can always remember is we have to hold ourselves accountable. And it is called being disciplined with yourself. It can take on a wide range of meanings and labels, but all in all, it's really having that utmost respect and admiration for ourselves and our paths and the things that we're doing. And we really can view them as important and as priorities and as something to have respect for. And that really comes in so many different ways, so many different directions. And it's not pleasurable. That is something really important that I've just realized and had to accept. It's not pleasurable. It's not always about making the choice that feels good. Rather, it's about making the decision that you know is going to push you in the best place possible, deliver the results that you've been working for. I really went on this journey of keeping my word. And when I said something, I did it. When I agreed to something, I did it. And it was really for other people, is how this started out. And it was such a beautiful kind of experience and realizing. And once I kept doing it, I realized how I didn't really have that within myself. Hence the reason I didn't have it with my loved ones around me. It was very eye opening to realize I kind of said one thing and did another, even within the frame of my own mind. Even if I would mentally say, well, I'm going to get up in 5 minutes, I wouldn't do that. And that is just a simple example, but it was much greater and bigger, especially as I continue to kind of age and, become more responsible and aware in that way. The different levels I begin continuing to experience it on, and it stays difficult. No matter how much we continue to do it, it forces us to be on our toes, to honor the words that we speak, to have reverence to the decisions we're making and where we decide to move to go with. Whew. Wow, I got a lot to say on the topic. And this is more of kind of a pep talk kind of episode, I feel, or more of a celebration, I guess, just kind of a celebration of this truth in my life and hopefully your life, or a new discovery in your life. Just let us celebrate this beautiful way of knowing. What diving off of this bridge really made me realize is that I didn't have much value for the things that I said or the things I was doing. And it's not always the case, but in this certain situation, I really realized that I didn't really care. I just was going through life, just whatever happens, happens. It's out of my control. And that did not turn out well for me. And I really love how I was able to see it through my relationship with others. And I am someone who can be avoidant in relationships, in every kind of relationship. And having this powerful realization in my personal life come to me through observing the way that I live with others and work with others is super powerful. And It's something that I really never thought about until I had to take a step back and kind of realize what was going on around me. And it's that the power of awareness where our presence leads us. And I really feel it coming up right now because I've very much fallen off the wagon. I've been just kind of all over the place and ungrounded, not really commitment oriented, very flustered with life. And I feel a true difference in my day to day. A little bit lost, uneasy overall, and almost powerless. Even when we're stripped of everything material, we can still have that inner sense of power. And sometimes you have to pull back the bow to the arch to release the bow. Just how when you're in a low point, there's no other place to go but up. And truly embracing that has makes life so much more beautiful. Even though I feel like I'm in the trenches at rock bottom, I've hit rock bottom, I still have some little sense of joy in the knowing that I have to come up from this. It might not be in the next, few days. I might get pulled down a little bit deeper. You never really know, but the knowing that it will eventually pass and the direction will be changed and the feelings will be different. Yummy. It is a beautiful, beautiful summer day. And I believe what really sparked this topic for the podcast was my birthday a couple of weeks ago. And I was really reflecting deeply on what life has been showing me, telling me, teaching me, and what that is pointing to in this next chapter of life. It's really the first time I've ever felt a little bit older. I never really experienced that. Even when I turned 21, it was nothing. But this year I really paused and was like, wow, I am an adult. Life is getting different. The opportunities are endless. My dreams are my compass. They're my indicators. And how can I take right action in this next cycle of life? And this truth of holding myself accountable is a true cornerstone in my next phases, my next directional moves. And it ties into that knowing of our own potential and really believing in where we can go to get to these really amazing dream places and states. It takes that kind of blind dedication where you are willing to play by the rules to get to that place. And they're not man-made rules, but it's like we know what we need to succeed. It's really beautiful that I realize that that's with me every single day of my life. Whether I feel like I'm chasing my dreams or I'm in this place or doing this, no matter what, it always will come back to the way that I feel about myself and the way that I view my desires and what I'm doing in the present moment. Is it valuable? Is it progressive? Is it positive? Is it really taking me in the direction that I desire, that I'm called to, that I'm naturally guided? And when we are truly in all of that, we're willing to really have that firm, tough love. It's tough love. And sometimes we can get overwhelmed with our own pleasures and what feels good and be taken over by laziness and excuses and all these things that really do drag us down, and choosing to go beyond that. Just because it feels good to be hands off and be passive, that's not going to get me where I want to be. Having my regimen, realizing what positively benefits me in my days, in my mind, and having more of that. Cheers to that. May we all have more of that. That makes us feel energized and positive and clear-minded and grounded and full of love and full of optimism and hope and faith and all of those just beautiful, beautiful energizers in life. And being realistic that we can't always have that all the time. The downswing of things is equally important in this experience. And willingness to open up and trust the process. Yummy. Yay. Well, that was quite a pep talk. I kind of knew that was coming. And I hope that this rule maybe struck something with you, drew something to your attention. And yeah. And I just want to share briefly, just a little personal something. I really realized how grounding myself in the morning changes the trajectory of my day. And making the time and sculpting out the time for that is always possible. It's always an option. Yet I have caught myself avoiding that and making excuses. Well, oh, I don't have time. Well, oh, the living situation. Oh, this, oh, that. And it's like, well, okay, you're missing out, because I know that that takes me into the states and frames of mind that bring me to these higher places. And also realizing that you can have something as much as you're willing to commit to it. It is truly attainable. That's why we have to hold ourselves accountable. Take honest reflection. Really ask ourselves, what's going wrong? What's going on? What can I change? What do we need to do? The answer is always thriving inside of us. It's always a matter of willing to realize it. We know what we need to adjust. We know who we need to cut off. We know what we need to move with or move into. And it's not always easy, but if we're really, following the yellow brick road in a positive way, oh my gosh, you know what I mean. If we really have our sights set on something beyond, it's always worth it. And yeah, I guess that's kind of going to wrap it up with my own little personal twist. I'm kind of hyping myself up too. And yeah, we can make it move at our pace. It's our pace, our game, our breath of life. Yes. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for tuning in. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments or any of those goodies. And if you would like to check out my yoga page, feel free to do so. I'm getting back on the bandwagon. I've been saying that. This is episode 6 of the Vortex season 2. So I will be doing 10 episodes consistently as best as I can. So every other week, bi-weekly. And then we'll go from there. And any episode requests, suggestions, I'm finding more of a structure and a flow with it. So super excited about that. Thank you, fam. I will see you next time. So much love.